don't take that too seriously. Okay, number 5. If you have to give a presentation in English, so you say, if I have to give a presentation in English, try. Anybody? Anybody? Q, you want to try? If I have to give a presentation in English, I will. I will try my best. Very good. Very good attitude. Yeah? I will try my best. Is that okay? Why some of you are not writing? Please write. Must write. Learn. When you write, you learn. Is that okay? Alright? All of you must write. Is that okay? Okay? When you write, you learn. Yeah? So learn to write. If I change that you to her, if I have to give a presentation in English, comma, I will try my best. If I have to give a presentation in English, I will go back home and practice. Correct? If I have to give a presentation in English, I will, in my speaking class, I say practice. So I will go back, I will practice and practice. Okay, next. If your computer is infected with a virus, that means you say, if my computer, try. If my computer, who wants to try? Okay, Amanda, you look very intelligent today, very good. My. What are your friends all laughing? If my computer is infected with a virus, I will buy a new one. Alright? Okay, or you can do this, Amanda. If my computer here, but a tablet. If my computer is infected with the virus, I will get a tablet free from my lecturer. So if my computer is infected with the virus, I would call a computer specialist to... How do you overcome a computer virus? Antivirus. I would call a computer specialist to install a new antivirus. Can we do that? A new antivirus. Okay? So think like that. Come on. Yeah? Think. Don't only think of the problem, think of the solution also. Is that okay? Alright? So in this section, all of you okay? I think 1 or 2 sentences like this will come out in your exam. That's why I want you to learn to write. Is that okay? Alright? BB, okay? Next, let's look at the next one. Okay, this can be a bit more tougher, because you have to use if and unless, alright? So complete each sentence with either if or unless. Remember I told you, negative statement, you can change it to unless. The second part, bring it to the front, but the first part, which is negative, becomes positive in the second part, right? Remember that? Alright? Let's see, then rewrite the sentence in the opposite form. Okay. You can't be a good salesman unless you have persistence. So you can't be a good salesman, comes in front, unless you have persistence. So here you put number 1. Come on. What's that? If. Very good. If you don't have persistence, you can't be a good salesman. Alright? So can you try and do number 2, 3, 4, 5? I give you, say, 3 minutes, and then we will discuss. Quickly do. Try. Alright? If you're wrong, it's okay, you have to do until 8. Okay. Sorry about that. Do until 8. Try your best. Okay, number 2, be careful, yeah? Number 1 can be if. Number 2, we don't employ people. Unless they are flexible and keen to work hard. Very good. Who said unless? Lucy. Oh, that's very surprising. Okay, all right. Let's. Okay, listen. Okay, the second part. The second part. I'm just joking. Okay, the second part. So you start with if. If.
They are.
No, not they. You cannot say they now. If. They is a pronoun, but we want the noun. So if people, is that okay? Lucy can follow. Alright. If people are not. Remember, if you use if, the first part is negative. Correct? So if people are not flexible and keen to work hard, that means they are not flexible, they are not keen to work hard, what happens? Comma, you put a comma, then you say, if people are not flexible and keen to work hard, we won't. We don't. Oh, okay, I think you can fit to don't, that's okay. Alright? We don't employ them. Then you don't have to say people now, you have to say them. Use the pronoun, them. Is that okay? Can all of you follow? Okay, can we check number 3? Let's try number 3. I know sometimes you are struggling. Okay, number 3, what's the answer? If you do business abroad, it is a good idea to learn about the local culture. Oh dear, this can be difficult. Okay, how do you want to change that? It is a good idea to learn about the local culture unless you don't. Do becomes don't or do not. Because the second part you have to make it negative. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay? So please understand. Understand the concept. Don't just follow what I say or copy your friends. You're not going to learn anything. Alright? So you say, it is a good idea to learn about the local culture unless you, remember, you have to change that to negative. Unless you don't. It's a good idea to learn about the local culture unless you don't do business abroad. Is that okay? Can you all follow? The local culture here meaning that abroad culture. Okay, don't get confused. Is that okay? Aurora, okay? Anna? Okay? No? Don't understand? Okay, one more time. Can I explain one more time? Alright? Okay. So number 3, we say, if you do business abroad, that means in a foreign country, right? It is a good idea to learn about the local culture. The local culture means in that country, not your country. Local culture meaning in that country. Is that okay? Alright? That means if you do business, say, when I was studying in UK, I had to learn the English or British culture. Alright? That is the local culture. Anna, so far okay? Alright? So when you change that to the using unless, then you say, it is a good idea to learn about the local culture unless you know. Unless you don't do business or unless you don't do business abroad. Is that okay now? Can you follow now? Is that okay? Alright, because the second part you have to change it to negative now. What is positive, you make it negative. Okay? All of you can follow? Okay? Ethan, okay? Henry, okay? Okay, Henry here. Alex, where's Alex? Alex, okay? Can understand? Can follow? Alright? Okay, let's look at number 4 now. Okay, what is the answer for number 4? Yes, if. Very good. If you encounter any problems with your mobile phone, we will provide a complete repair service. That means you got a problem with your mobile phone, we will give you a complete, a repair service. That's clear, right? Okay, now change that. Starting with we. We will provide, we won't provide. Okay. I think it's better to say we won't provide. Let's see if this makes more sense, alright? We won't provide a complete repair service unless you encounter some problems with your mobile phone. Will that make sense now? Is that okay? Can? Alright? We will not or we won't provide a complete repair service unless you encounter some problems with your mobile phone. We will not provide. Okay, I think that makes it better. So we will not provide a complete repair service unless you encounter some problems with your mobile phone. Now that makes a lot of sense now. Is that okay? Okay, maybe my sentences are too long, alright? Confusing you. I'm sorry about that. All of you okay with number 4? Okay? Okay? Okay, number 5. What's number 5? If or unless?
If.
Come on. Are you sure it's if?
If you call.
If you call to tell me you're not coming.
Oh.
So that doesn't make sense, right? So it is?
Yes. Unless.
Unless you call.